Hi, my name is Mariana Castillo, and I will be doing a presentation about the invisible identities in literacy selection. So the literary selection that I chose was Desiree's Baby by Kate Chopin. Um, who is Kate Chopin? Kate Chopin is an American writer that is known for her short stories and novels about women. She would usually base her short stories and novels in Louisiana um, before and after the Civil War, where she wrote about different ethnic groups in Louisiana, such as the Creoles, the Acadians, the African Americans, and other ethnic groups in Louisiana. Desiree's Baby is one of the few stories in which it takes place in antebellum New Orleans, or to put it in simpler terms, it was about New Orleans before, or Louisiana before the Civil War. So I will be doing a summary of the literary selection, Desiree's Baby. Some of the characters in the story are Desiree, our main character, Armand Ogbigny, the baby, which is Desiree and Armand's baby, Madame Ogbigny, who is Armand's mother, and Madame Valmonde, or Valmonde, who is Desiree's adoptive mother. Alright, so to start, Desiree's Baby starts off with the reader being introduced to Desiree, who we later find out is adopted by a modest family. We are then introduced to Armand Ogbigny, who we learn is from France, but hasn't been in the US or has moved to the US, specifically Louisiana, when his mother has passed away. They fall in love, both Armand and Desiree, but before they get married, Desiree's adoptive mom, Madame Valmont, warns Armand that they do not know about Desiree's past or where she came from. Madame Valmont and her husband found Desiree in their garden, just abandoned, and they didn't know where she come from, or who her parents were or anything like that. Armand did not care when he heard about this, and they married and had a baby together. It is important to take note that Armand took over his family's plantation over once his parents died, which before Armand took over, when they were in his parents' when the plantation when it was in his parents' care, the slaves were comfortable. But once Armand took over, he was not nice to them, and he was very strict with them. Um, later on in Later on, when Desiree's mother, Madame Beaumont, comes to visit them, she is surprised at the appearance of the baby and asks Desiree if Armand knows about this. Desiree seems too innocent to know what her mother actually meant. What she meant was that the baby looked of mixed race, and responds that he does know, and that he seems happy with the baby. But Desiree doesn't really understand that. Like, she just says that Armand is really happy that the baby is healthy and that he's growing and so on. As the baby grows, Desiree notices that her baby looks similar to the slave boy who is fanning um, her baby, and she is frightened. This could be the way that I read the story was that the slave boy was most likely of mixed race as well, and he looks of mixed race heritage, just like Desiree sees her baby, that as he's growing, he looks of mixed race heritage. Um, she also notices that Armand is cold towards her and the baby and does not look at her directly. Um, Desiree then confronts Armand about his cold demeanor towards her and the baby, and Armand keeps on ignoring her. She asks him to look at her baby and asks, why does he look like that? Why doesn't he look white? Um, Armand then remembers what Madame Valmont said about Desiree, and that maybe it wasn't that she was probably from a poor family, but was most likely from a mixed race family, which he did not like, and he shows in the story. Desiree sees where this is going, where Armin is going to accuse her of being of mixed race and not being white, and she defends herself and tells him that she has brown hair, gray eyes, and compares her skin color, saying that she is whiter than he is. To that, Armin just responds that she is as white as one of his slaves, LeBlanche, which to that he was just being ironic to her, like he was saying that she cannot be white. Um, Desiree is now in distress and writes to her mother to prove Armin wrong and that she is white. But her mother tells her that she should come home and bring her baby with her, that she's always welcomed at their home. Desiree then goes to show Armin the letter and asks him if she should leave. To which he says yes, and she does leave. She ends up taking both of her and her baby's life instead of going back to her mother's home. Um, Later, Armin is seen burning Desiree's possessions, to which he then finds the letter that his mother had written to his father, um, about Madame Aubigny, writing to his father. In these letters, he finds out that his mother is actually black and that she is grateful that her son, Armin, will never know that his mother is black, from a race that is cursed from the brand of slavery. Some important quotes that if we try to piece them together to the summary, some are, yes, a child has grown, has changed, said Madame Valmont slowly as she replaced it beside his mother. What does Armin say? This quote comes from like the beginning of the story, whenever Madame Aubigny was, no, Madame Valmont, sorry, was asking Desiree if she knew about, like, if she knew that Armin knows if he's happy with the baby, with how he looks, like if he doesn't suspect anything. Another quote that is important to the story is, "It is a lie, it is not true. I am white. Look at my hair, it is brown, and my eyes are gray, Armand, but you know they are gray. And my skin is fair." Seizing his wrist, "Look at my hand, whiter than yours, Armand," and she laughed hysterically. This is when Desiree was confronting Armand and telling him that she is whiter than him, like due to their skin color and stuff like that. She was defending herself because Armin was not looking at Desiree or anything like that. Another quote, which goes with a summary, was, "As white as La Blanche," which he returned cruelly and went away, leaving her alone with their child. This is his response to Desiree about that she's as white as one of his slaves that he owns. Another quote is, "She disappeared among the reeds and willows that grew thick along the banks of the deep, sluggish bayou, and she did not come back." Um, this quote can be traced back to the summary where, like, at the end, Desiree just walks into nowhere and just never comes back. I think that maybe she probably took her life and her baby's life. Another quote is, "But above all," she wrote, "night and day I thank God for having so arranged our lives that our dear Armin will never know that his mother who adores him belongs to the race that is cursed with the brand of slavery." In this quote, this is from Madame Aubigny, so Armin's mother, that she is glad that Armin will never find out about her race and such. So now we will be talking about the social construct in Desiree's baby. In Desiree's baby, you can see that race is a social construct in which those who are white are the dominant group and those who are not white, who are black, are the oppressed, the non-dominant group. You can see this as, like, in the story, Armand is white and he owns a plantation, and he owns slaves who are black. So, social construct in relations to race, the product of social thought and relation in which there is no biological basis to the notion of race. For example, this can be seen how some correlate skin color or facial features to the intelligence of a person. In the story, race plays an important part since Armin was rejecting and othering his own child and his wife just because he thought that Desiree was black or was of mixed race, which is the reason that their baby looks of mixed race heritage. Um, Armin is the dominant group because he is seen as white and he is treated as a white man. And the story taking place in Louisiana before the Civil War, in which owning slaves was legal, who were black, the non-dominant group. So now we will be talking about invisible identities in Desiree's baby. An invisible identity in Desiree's baby would be the race of Armin's mother, Madame Aubigny, who is later in the story is revealed to be black through her letters. Although Armin himself, presented as a white man, um, is seen as a white man and is treated as a white man, this new identity that is revealed to him won't change his white status as long as he does not reveal his mother's heritage. I believe that the way that Armin was portrayed throughout the story, being rude and strict to his slaves and so on, and how easy he rejected his own wife and his baby, due to him thinking that they were of black or of mixed race, he would continue to pass as a white man since he won't be able to enjoy the privileges that he already has. Another topic that I want to talk about is the passing and the concealment in Desiree's baby. Although not part of invisible identities, passing and concealment are related or are terms that are related to invisible identities, which are terms that I want to talk about. Passing in the article that we have read in class is a cultural performance whereby one member of a defined social group masquerades as another in order to enjoy the privileges afforded to the dominant group. Although it is not known whether Armin knew about his mother being black before reading the letters at the end of the story, he has been passing as a white man his whole life. Thus using his privilege to own slaves and to be at the top of the hierarchy that was in place in Louisiana before the Civil War. Another term that I want to talk about is concealment, which is part of three different tactics that are underpassing. When it comes to Armin's mother, Madame Aubigny, confessing in letters to his father that she hopes that no one finds out that she is black. I can see this as a form of concealment done by his parents. This is done so that he can pass as part of the dominant group, the white Caucasian people, by concealing personal information of Armin's about the race of his mother. This can be seen at the end of the story when Madame Aubigny says that it is important to hide her race since it is cursed with a brand of slavery. Some sources that I used was katechopin.org, which is about the author who wrote Desiree's Baby. It has other works of hers in her biography and so on. Another source that I used was Desiree's Baby, written by Kate Chopin, which is a short story. Thank you.